A gentle word turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. That's Proverbs 15:1. When we're choosing to intentionally have a softer, kinder voice, we're bringing more peace, we're bringing more awareness, we're being in the present moment, and we can stop an argument in its tracks. But when we're having a loud voice, having harsh words, angry words, we're more likely to keep building up the anger in the person receiving it and in ourselves. We're more likely to have rage and anxiety, and having a loud, harsh voice can put you in a state of danger, a state of fear, a state of anxiety. So like, and it's a song called "I Need You" by Hezekiah Walker, and it says, "I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive." It's a beautiful song if you ever want to check it out. But that lets us know that words can be very harmful. You can tell something to a child in an angry voice or something negative to them, and it can stick with them until adulthood. Or if you say something to an adult, if they just had a bad day, a bad month, a bad year, or if they just heard some unfortunate news, your loud voice, your angry, your harsh words can take them off the edge. That could be the thing that just pushed them right off the edge. And words can be traumatizing. They can be. So we just gotta be careful how we're talking to ourselves and how we're talking to others, because you never know what people are dealing with. And when you have the harsh words and the angry voice and the loud voices, you're stirring up the anger in the atmosphere. You're stirring up the anger in you and the person receiving it. So let's try to have a softer voice, a kinder word, a kinder approach when we're talking to people, because everybody is dealing with so much things, and you don't want to be the one person somebody could be a ticking time bomb, but you don't know that, and you say your little harsh words and you think it's just small, but no, they can really hold on to that, and that could be the thing that send them off the edge. Or a child, if they grow up always hearing anger, rage, bitterness, and yelling all through their life, that puts them in a state of fear, a state of depression, anxiety. We got to be so careful about how we talk. And I'm talking to myself as well, because sometimes I can yell too, obviously. It puts the person that's yelling in a state of anger, state of danger, and state of fear, and the person that's receiving it. And the tongue has no bones, but it's the most powerful thing in your body. It's so powerful, and it has ways to have words to come out that can be lasting for a lifetime. People hold on to words sometimes from their childhood all the way until they pass away. People still hold on to a word that somebody said to them, good or bad. You know, like in the Bible it says, "Send out your word, and I shall be healed. Send out your word, and my servant shall be healed." The words are so powerful that comes out of our mouth, because God created the world with His mouth, and He created the whole entire world. But the tongue can also send out curses, word curses, and it can send out trauma. It can send out healing. It can send out love. It can send out joy and peace. The tongue can send out so many things. It's just all about how we're using it. So Proverbs 15:1, a softer, kinder, gentler voice will stop wrath. But anger is built, anger is growing, anger is continuing when you have a harsher, louder, hard voice.